Hey you guys, it's Brown Eyed KK back with a review on The Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Souljah. This book is the first book in my summer challenge to read a book a week, and I actually finished the book on last Tuesday, but for some reason I couldn't get myself to make a video for the review. So I'm here today with the review on that novel. The Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Souljah. I chose to read this book as my first book because my best friend and I had a conversation, and she was going to take away my Brooklyn card and my Black Girl card and all kinds of cards because I hadn't read the book before. So I just decided to make that the first book for the summer. I would have to say that overall I give the book 3 out of 5 stars. I liked the book, but I have some issues with the character, the main character of the novel. So let's get started. I'm going to try to review the book without telling you the whole entire story, just in case you want to read the book for yourself. But The Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Souljah is written through the voice of the main character, who is Winter Santiago. She's the narrator and the main character of the story. Brooklyn born and raised in a family of questionable characters. Her father is a drug dealer, and he's a big time drug dealer in Brooklyn. So she was raised with kind of the proverbial ghetto silver spoon, to say. In her mouth, she's a little entitled. She's very much spoiled, very much all about the money and the glitz and glam that comes along with that, and the fashion, and you know, the not having to wear the same outfit twice, and just being, you know, the best of the best in the projects of Brooklyn. Now, I have an issue with that type of character. I grew up in Brooklyn, and I knew a lot of people that, you know, live this life. I still know people who live this life and live ghetto rich, and, you know, whatever the case may be. And I think that that's part of the reason why, you know, I just liked the book and I didn't love the book. Now, the lessons in the book, the lessons that are taught, that Souljah expresses in her writing, are very, very important. I think that, you know, if I would have read the book when I was a little younger, it would have added to, you know, my thought process on growing and what I wanted to be and didn't want to be, even though I already knew that, you know, this life wasn't for me. The life of Winter Santiago was not a life of my choosing, but that's just my opinion, my choice. But I think that, you know, even though it was written in 1999, that, you know, it's still important, and it still has a lot of lessons to teach young women today. The culture, the hip-hop culture, the drug culture, you know, is still very prevalent in a lot of our neighborhoods. Being, when I say our, I mean African-American neighborhoods. And the book has a lot of very important lessons to teach through the life of Winter Santiago. So basically the story is all told from Winter's perspective, and it's just basically her growing up and having what she, you know, knew life to be and thought life to be taken away from her, and then her quest to reclaim that, and ultimately her downfall, as I see it. And I would like to think that, you know, the ending of the book is not the ending for Winter, that maybe some positive came through that, but even in the end, she was just so like, just so all about herself. I just have a problem. I have a problem with that. So Souljah does make a cameo in the book as herself, and, you know, it gives a description of her activism and her stance in our culture, African American culture, and her role that she's played as an activist in that. So I enjoyed that part of it. I also enjoyed the supporting character of Midnight, and I see that she's written some books on his life, so I'm gonna take a look at those in the fall. I don't think I'll be picking them up for the summer reading challenge. I will be reading No Disrespect by Sister Souljah in August, just because it's the book club. It's a book club I belong to. It's the book of the month for August, so I'll be reading it then. But The Coldest Winter Ever, I would give, I want to say like a 2.5 or 3 stars on a scale of 5, but that's only because I just don't have the patience for the type of main character that Winter Santiago was. Overall, the story was really true to Brooklyn, really true to, you know, drug culture, as close as it could be, and the growing up in the projects and the thought process that a lot of people have. Unfortunately, it was very, very true to that, and I appreciate Souljah's ability to tell that story. But just for me, it wasn't the best book for me to read, only because of, you know, my opinion about that. And I have like family members and close family members and close friends, you know, in these types of situations, and it's just not very appealing to me. So 2.5 to 3 stars out of 5. If you want to pick it up, you can pick it up through Amazon.com or at your local bookstore. Thanks for joining me for this review. The next book that I'm actually reading right now, I started reading on Wednesday, is A Taste of Salt by Martha Southgate, and or The Taste of Salt by, I'm looking at my e-reader because, you know, I'm not a purist, so I do read books on my Kindle, even though I do buy books as well. But so the next book is The Taste of Salt by Martha Southgate. Hopefully I'll be finished with it on Wednesday and I can come back to you guys with a review. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.